See ya. What's up, everybody? We're back here at Homer Reed with my buddy Triet from Hangout Talks, and we're gonna clean them up and make them look good again. Thanks for being here, man.
No, thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
Us and then me on here.
Peter's floating around today.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Looking good as always, sir.
Yeah. Making me look
good.
bad. I was like, oh, I'm throwing in some layers. Oh, I'm wearing a suit. Okay,
Can't all
Peter.
dress the same, though, right? You gotta have your own individual style.
Yeah, no, that's what Hangout Talks is. Like, we have two different personalities, dressed differently on there. So
yeah. So tell me a little bit about Hangout Talks. If somebody hasn't watched it, what kind of content can they expect to see?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hangout Talk podcast. We keep it a casual vibe where it has the name Hangout. We find it most those inspirational talks and conversation comes out when you're just naturally hanging out with a group of people you may or may have not known them, and we all been in those conversations where it's a
good conversation kind of comes naturally flowing.
Yeah. So we try to keep it away from just question answer. Of course there has to be question, of course there has to be answers, but
More
we keep it
flow,
more of a flow that we concentrate on, and and we totally don't mind if you put it in the background and hang out with us while you do something else.
Yeah.
You don't have to tune in and listen, or like to learn something.
Yeah. So who's some of your dream guests that you would hope to have sometime in the future?
Oh man, there's so many.
Yeah.
Of course, we would love to have ex-president Barack Obama on.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Michelle Obama or anything like that.
Yeah.
Even the current president is totally fine.
Yeah.
Current now.
Yeah. So you like leaders, and you like kind of hearing qualities of leadership. And
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
that's so we don't have to reach all the way to the top. Even people we have our really good friends on, and they are a dream guest too, because the thing they're on that climb, right? They're not all the way there just yet. They're on that climb, so I think it's that relatable sense and how we're. Man, how are you going through? What are you going through? Their silent battles they're going through.
Hearing the real story.
Yeah,
what they're
story,
going through.
It's hard to see, like, from this person to now you're up here. Like, we want to hear it as you're climbing.
The transition, yeah.
So those are the things. So
that's cool, man. So tell me a little bit about your story. What what inspired you to get involved and kind of share people's stories?
I guess. It's funny, like, you never thought, like, when people ask you about your own story, you're like, oh yeah, let's talk about it. But I was always interested in people's story.
Yeah.
And mine is, I was born in Vietnam, came over here when I was 1.
Nice.
Spent some time in the Philippines for the refugee camps with the family.
Okay.
So we
What
stayed
was that
in.
experience like?
I don't know, because I was 6 months old. So we left Vietnam when I was 6 months old. Went over there and we stayed another 6 months.
Nice.
From the stories my parents told me, I was the kid that would sit there and watch all the stuff.
Yeah.
While my parents had to go, and we had a thrift market over there. That's how we made money.
Oh, wow.
And save up for those 6 months so that we can move over here.
Yeah.
And I was the one that watched all the stuff while they go out and buy from other stores to come back, and then we sell it for $1 more, $2 more, something like that. And then I don't know how much of a security guard I was when I was that old, but I'm glad nobody
you're
picked
holding
me
it
up.
down, though.
Yeah, I was holding it down, and I'm glad nobody picked me up, and went that way. But so that was the story, and we been in Denver, Colorado, or just Colorado ever since. And,
Nice, man.
I don't know how we picked Colorado. That's a story in itself.
Yeah.
I don't know, we spin a globe and kind of point, and that's where we are.
Yeah, then spin it and then just kind of throw a dart. Yeah.
Taking our family there. That's where we're at.
So I know you told me before that your dad served. I'm sure he doesn't probably talk a whole lot about it, but like he was involved with the war, right?
Yeah, he was involved in the war. He was fighting for the U.S.
Yeah.
So that's how we were, I guess you can call it prioritized to come on over. We were on the list, priority list to come on over, because he served with the U.S. troops.
Yeah.
So I'll hear
That's
stories
really cool,
and
man.
stuff like that. So it's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like where my aunts are right now, that house right in front yard is where the bombing happened, and all these fighting will happen.
Dang.
And the house is right there, so it's like in your front yard, backyard.
Dang. Yeah.
Neighbors, things like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just don't ever experience that, and to be on the front lines like that,
So it's crazy to hear the stories and stuff that they went through. So I didn't go through any of that.
That's pretty fortunate, yeah.
But just hearing that, it humbles you too. Like when I get a chance to go back, I do, and just kind of imagine it, like going up that road, it used to be just dirt, stuff like that, and people were, of course, they're fighting, so there has to be casualties and such, and they'll be just out there. So different look than how it is now.
Yeah, it's not just like going on a tourist trip and going back to where you came from. It's you know the history of it, so it's a little bit more emotional, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a different feel. It's definitely a chance for you to, it's over here you're constantly going, you're doing stuff and constantly moving. Over there, it's when you get there, you get a chance for you to slow down and reflect a little bit better.
When's the last time you were over there?
About 3 years ago.
Okay.
2 to 3 years ago, I believe.
Are you in close contact with some of your relatives over there? Or?
Yeah. Aunts and uncles are still there. So same house as before.
Wow.
They kept it down.
Yeah. How many generations has that house been in?
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know. But my great grandma was there.
And that's in Vietnam?
Yeah, it's in Vietnam.
What part of Vietnam?
Binh Duong.
Binh Duong?
Yeah, so Binh Duong is about an hour away from Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City.
North or?
South.
South, okay, cool.
So.
Have you traveled much in Vietnam?
We, of course, when we go with the family, it's always like with family.
Yeah.
So that's still fun part, but then I don't know most of the people. They know me because when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything.
No.
But it's also to see families and stuff like that. So we don't really do the touristy, like the tourist tours or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's mostly to see family and really go into like farmlands.
Okay.
Where they lived and their neighbors back then, or where my dad fought and stayed, and visiting the people that still live there.
Dang, that's crazy.
So it's not a whole lot of buying and selling houses over there. It's like the house you grew up in, your parents.
Stays with the family.
Stay with family, and you're still there many, many years later.
That's cool. So what's some things to do and see if someone were to visit Vietnam for the first time?
That's a great question. Everywhere I went was with family, so I'm not the best person to recommend.
You kind of had the insider track, yeah. But sometimes that's the best, though, having the insiders, beat on where to go and what to see, where to eat.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is like they don't know the store by the name. Like this is Homer Reed, but they don't know about Homer Reed. They know it by the owner of it.
Okay.
So. Yeah, Bill's place.
Yeah. Okay.
That thing. So like, I don't even have an exact address. So, if you're listening to this for recommendations, I'm sorry.
Right.
But those are the things. Like, if they recommend like so and so's place, that's a better place than the name of the place.
Oh, okay. So they know more personal.
Yeah.
To it.
More personal, and it's trusted in that sense.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
But many great spots there. I honestly don't have any of those names in my top of my head.
What's your favorite food to get when you're back there?
Mì gõ is one. It's the yellow noodle, yellow egg noodles. The bowls is like, I call it medium.
Yeah.
Because you can have multiple ones and it's not too big, not too small.
Nice.
What
kind of meat do they put in there?
That one is pork.
Okay.
Pork or chicken.
And it's like a marinated pork?
Marinated pork, yeah.
Okay. Is it more sweet or?
That's a good question. I wouldn't say it's sweet, but it's in between.
Okay.
I'm the wrong guy to ask about taste. That's the thing. I was like, hey, it's good. It's good.
Well, it's a good thing you don't have a food blog, right?
Yeah, that's why we do a Hangout Talks podcast and not a food blog, because that would be horrible.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know, go to that place down the corner, go eat there, and I can't tell you how much what it tastes like.
No, oh, it's all right.
It should go though.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'd love to travel with you and Peter sometime, man. I think when the world kind of gets back up and running, I think you're two cool guys that I wouldn't mind going around the world and seeing some things with.
No, absolutely. Likewise, man. I think it would be really cool. Just if airlines could keep this rate down, it could be.
Have you traveled since the pandemic started?
Yeah, we did twice. My wife's from California.
Nice.
So we went back.
What part of California?
St. Gabriel area.
Is that northern or where's that?
That's another good question. So I'm not giving you the right info here.
It's all good, man. No worries.
St. Gabriel, closer to Burbank.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay,
there
cool.
You go.
Nice.
So I know that much. So yeah, we went back there. Of course, we stayed mostly inside or get takeout.
Yeah.
Because everything was shut down during that time. downtown Denver for
Yeah,
you.
baby. Always something
Denver.
going on.
And then I went to St. Louis for my friend's, my wife's friend's wedding.
Okay.
So out on a big farm, so everything was held at the farm. Big tent, so everyone was spaced out and
Cool.
everything like that. But that was fun. That was the wedding in COVID time, right?
Nice. Pretty good weather?
It was real nice. It got real cold that night though.
Did it?
But other than that was real fun there. The aquarium and zoo is free over there,
Yeah.
so we were, of course, had to take advantage of that.
Heck yeah, man.
So that was a fun trip. The flight was very, price of it was low.
Yeah, the prices were pretty cheap for a while there.
Yeah, so that was real fun there. But how about you? Did you get a chance?
Not yet, no. I was gonna go see my folks a couple times, but they're in Florida, and
Okay.
when I was gonna go out there, it just kind of wasn't the right time when everything was going on. But
Yeah.
yeah, I hope to get back out there soon, man. I haven't seen my folks in some time, so it'd be
Yeah.
good to see the parents, you know.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
You said your parents are still out here?
Yeah, they're here.
Okay.
They're here. So
You're pretty close to them?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
And you got a couple siblings, right?
Three.
Okay.
One brother, two sisters.
And you're the youngest?
I'm the youngest.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
So you and I are both the youngest, huh?
Okay, there you go.
We kind of had it a little easier, I think, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, 'cause right when I was born, we left.
Yeah.
So they make sure to remind me of that.
Your siblings do?
And parents.
And
They
parents,
make
yeah.
sure like I stay humble because of
Yeah.
that. They're like,
They're
hey,
like,
this
"You
is
had
what
it
we went
easy."
through. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
So yeah, definitely had to keep that in mind, and because when you're the youngest, you get a little bit of everything. Actually, all the attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely crave the attention. Hence the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, hence the podcast, hence everything. Right?
Yeah.
We have
So what's some of your some things that you've learned from doing podcasts and talking with other guests, of various backgrounds and stuff?
I do love the relationship that we are able to build
Yeah.
throughout all this. Like, we were able to connect with people from other states, countries, and listen to their journeys. And
what
so
they're
it's the cool thing is like just to understand, like, it's very similar, but it's also different, and seeing from their eyes like what they went through too as well. So those are always like the best things, and
Kind of
and-
learning vicariously through other people's experiences.
yeah, and it just like the product itself too, the product of the podcast, from the editing, the recording,
Yeah.
what should we say? What should we ask? Well, how could we communicate better on there? And so
Yeah.
that was always a learning. Like, if you,
Do you have a background in like electronics and stuff like that, and audio and visual and stuff?
audio? Yes. So a little bit. I dabble in all of those because from the dance group, Machine Remains,
Nice.
many years I always edited the music.
Okay.
So
Was that a friend, like a group? Of
Yeah.
A friend. Okay.
a group?
Nice.
so
What kind
I
of
have
music do they do?
The what?
They're a music group? Like
Oh, no, dance group.
Oh, dance group.
Yeah,
Nice.
dance
Right on.
group.
Cool.
So I'll sit down with the co-founder Ricky, and then we'll mix the music. So I got the music part of that, and audio is very similar.
Yeah.
So this is just all vocals.
Yeah.
Having that, and so I have some background in it. Of course, I'm not an expert or anything on it.
But you're continuing to learn, I bet.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. Like, when something's peaking and it's blowing your ears out.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing is like preparation, like learning from your mistakes with certain things, like,
Yeah.
when I have troubles with the audio or something, and then I learn from that mistake, and then, the better you prepare yourself, the better the content's going to be, versus trying to make it better in post-production isn't always easy because it's only as good as what you capture.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's just what we learned too is like to keep it not fully spontaneous and not fully planned, like every step of the way. So we leave room for spontaneous, like where stuff would happen. Like we talked about, I can't remember exactly last time when we had a podcast. The other things we didn't have a question on, which is like, tell us more about that.
Yeah.
What's going on with that? So keep it that natural feeling.
And that's coming out soon, right? I'm looking forward to that.
Yep, that's coming out. We're on season 4 now.
Nice, dude.
Coming out this week, the 27th of January.
Yeah, that's right around the corner.
And then go from there and start going for season 4. So
Nice.
this is,
Who are some of the guests that you have lined up that you're looking forward to?
of course, you.
Yeah,
we have that going on.
Who else did you have lined up?
We have our friend CJ, a really good friend of ours, who's been on multiple podcasts.
Cool. What's he do?
He's a DJ by night. We call him DJ by night.
Nice.
He does DJ.
Okay.
And then he works during the day. He has a 9 to 5 during the day. So
what kind of work does he do during the day?
That's a good question. I guess you'll find out during that podcast.
Yeah, there you go. Another reason to tune in. He's actually a professional hitman, right?
Yeah. That's I can't say.
Yeah.
You can't really find him either.
Yeah.
No. We have a theme one where he took over. So he took over the podcast.
Huh.
So
and
he's
interviewed you guys? Or just,
yeah.
Okay.
So we have that coming out here next week.
That should be interesting.
So that'll be a fun
How was
one.
that for you? The little tables turned.
It was really fun because we already have chemistry since we're really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And he came well prepared. We were like, wow.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward for that one coming out too.
That's cool.
Now we have other ones in the pipeline. Of course, we have On the Grind, which is the small business here that we collabed with on our clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So we have hoodies and shirts out. That episode will be coming out, so you get to hear his process, his stories of how he hustled and got to where he is now, owning a local small business and thriving.
He makes apparel?
Apparel, yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
called On the Grind.
Okay.
So we have.
It's a local here, yeah?
Yeah, it's a local here.
Nice.
Local here, so that's
What
cool.
kind of style does he make, like more like graphic t-shirts and stuff, or?
I'll say more urban, so like
Urban, okay.
almost motivational, right? On the grind, you're always hustling, you're always working to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Going through all that, so.
That's cool. Yeah, we've all got to have our passion projects, staying creative, and I think that's cool that you guys are kind of making something bigger out of your podcast too, and you're obviously good at networking, so that kind of is the same wheelhouse.
No, thank you. Yeah, and we love connecting with small businesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like hearing their journeys, and it's
cool.
It's really cool. We built some really great relationship. I almost messed up relationship.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Make sure to check it out, guys. Give them some love at their Instagram as well. Where can they find you personally?
Personally, my personal one is mrgoodall. That's my communication consultant business. You're also on there is on link to my personal, which is just at Triet Hong, TrietHoang. And then Hangout Talk Podcast, you can reach us on Instagram. We're not huge on there. We just started the channel, so the page. So please
follow.
Please be kind and
Much
follow.
appreciated. Yeah.
And Jason here. Make sure to keep following Jason here.
Right.
If you haven't already done so, or subscribe to this.
Heck yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for
Thank you,
being
everybody.
here today, man.
Thank you.
How'd they look? How do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah?
Look good, feel good, right?
Yeah, it's kind of that work boot. I'll hit a little silicone on the bottom before we leave.
Okay.
Give you the royal treatment here.
Hey, that's the details. That's the
Yeah.
details. That's why you come to Jason, right?
Heck yeah, man. A little tire shine, if you will.
Yeah.
Makes it look a little newer.
Yeah. On these old boots. Love the before and after on these.
Yeah, these are nice.
If you peek over there, you can see Peter just,
Hanging out,
button up very casually.
looking sharp.
Yeah, I think I got these boots maybe 4 years ago.
Nice, man. That's a good Colorado boot. Just that classic kind of engineer style almost.
Yeah, try to switch it up,
Yeah, I like it. You got good style, sir. Kind of that matte shine, nothing too crazy.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Thanks, man.
Oh, thank you.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you.
Cool. That wasn't so bad.
No, that was fun.
Hopefully everything worked, right? Oh no! No, just kidding.
Everything was completely off.
Everything is off.